Well, hi guys, welcome to the session. My name's Paul, this is Plan Z, and today we're going to be looking at ring modulators in answer to a subscriber question. So what I've done is I've set up one of the template patches I've been working on, set up 3 ring modulators in there. We're going to play around with that in a moment. But before we do, let's go to, now this is originally set up as a bass patch. We're going to go into the settings there. Now I'm actually on the Gibson Les Paul. So this is a patch that I need to finish dialing in for my tunes, which I plan to do after I've done the amp deep dives. But in here we've got a ring modulator going into an amp where I can change using the expression switch, which is slightly out of view. And I'm just using it to change the frequencies. Okay, so when I go across to my ring modulator, you'll notice that I've got the intelligence off, and what's changing there is the frequencies going up and down as I change my switch. Now we can set that in the assigns to randomly change, but I'm going to dive into that in another video. Now what we've also got in this patch is we've got another signal chain where if I switch, I've got 2 more ring modulators, one set up before another amp with delays, and then another one set up without an amp going into the master delay. And again I can change frequencies there, and what's happening is one of them, the frequency range is going from down to up, so the toe is up at the moment, so if I go to heel down, that frequency is going to up, and if I remember right, this one goes to down, but it's not moving. Yeah, it's moving to slightly different frequency spot. Okay, and they're set up slightly differently. So now what I can do is switch between the two, or have all 3. Okay, so this is just one sound that I've got for a specific tune. It does a specific thing on the bass, which I'll show you at a later date in the bass deep dive. So the next patch I wanted to quickly show you is for a track called Monsters, where in here, this is actually set up for a nylon string guitar. I can add a delay into it if I want, but I've got a reverb with a bit of delay after it, and then the ring modulator. And what I wanted to do with this is, I'm not going to be able to do this with the pedal up here like this, and it really needs to be on the floor so I can manipulate it with my foot. But the idea is that I'm picking, and while I'm picking there's like radio interference going on around me, like it gets chaotic, and by randomly moving myself on the expression switch, I can leave it where I want or have it glitch out a bit. Now when I say glitch, I don't mean tracking. The tracking is amazing in this thing. What I'm talking about is the glitch I'm trying to get out of the effect. So in this patch, what I've got is I've set up, this is one of the boutique templates. I've just saved it to somewhere else, and I've put a ring modulator here at the beginning, so just before my amps but after distortion. We're going to play around with that. I've got another one back here somewhere. Yeah, there we are, just before the compressor. So this one's dialed in slightly differently. I haven't done any assigns on them yet, I just want to experiment with it. And then on this one, when I engage my wets, I've got a ring modulator that I can just tap onto here for the moment. So what we're going to do is just going to hear what that sounds like, the ring modulator on the reverb, and I'm just going to pick something, and hopefully you'll hear it changing behind me. Let me just turn off my delays here. Now it behaves how I've got it set up. I've got it so it's behaving a bit like a tremolo that's glitching. So you can hear it changing kind of time. Let's look at the settings for that. So I've got the intelligence on, the frequency all the way off, and the frequency rate all the way up. So let's change the depth is down, all the way off. Let's turn the effect all the way up. What we're going to do is we're going to take this compressor here, which is set like a master compressor. We're going to stick it at the end of the chain just to make a bit more of a meal of it. Let's bring that level up a touch. Just have a bit more of that. Do just going to pull that back a bit. I'm going to pull that back down to here because I now want to look at these ones. I don't want to disturb my patch too much just yet. Okay, so I'm going to play around here with the reverb first before we move into the big preamp ones, because I just want to give you ideas for reverbs. That's lovely how that works, but let's change how that works. So let's go the opposite way. Let's take the frequencies all the way up. Nice. Okay, so now let's get the depth. Bring this all the way up. Now with the rate up, we get this strange sound which you can use. But if we bring the rate right down, we get it playing around in the high end. Nice how that glitches out. Can we put the what we're going to try doing is we're going to try putting this distortion. Actually, let's put that at the end of the chain there. Let's take all the drive out, sorry, all the level out, and let's bring the direct mix up so we're just okay, so we're losing our stereo when we do that. That's a shame, but let's just go with it anyway. So what we could do now, for example, is let me just pull this over here. Let's put the reverb after the delay. What we want is the delay. Let's bring the delay through a little bit. So let's start off at 50%. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to start out like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up this divide. We're going to put it into left and right mode. We're then going to put this ring modulator this side. Just so we can focus on this for a minute, I'm just going to go solely wet. Now what happens if we put the distortion over the reverb? Now I could put a slicer in there or anything to play around with that. Signal is coming through, lovely. So that's quite a nice, you know, just playing around for a couple of moments you can create a really nice atmosphere. Let's bring our guitar in. Let's go back to there. We want let's put the compressor at the end. Let's make a meal out of this. I'm just going to try try it on infinite for a minute, so I'm going to limit it. I'm going to take all the direct mix out. Yeah, I like that. Go the other way. Right, so for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my compressor back to where it was. Where were we? I think we're on about 37, 38, 39, something like that. Put the compressor back down here. Let's disengage the wets for a moment. And actually, I think for the minute, what I might do is just put that distortion back into here and bring that direct mix back. Yeah, that sounds lovely. So I'm just going to very quickly save that patch. And now let's have a little look at what's going on at the front end. So I've put in a ring modulator here to do a slightly different job. Let's engage it. Now I put a chorus on at the end there to give us some stereo feel, so let's just take that off. That's the glitching I want. And you can kind of do that by kind of, yeah, how you attack the string. But it also does it within the effect. So we're going to stay there for a moment. On a bass that would sound really nice. Let's now have a quick look at this back end one. So I'm just going to take that one off and put this back end one on. Sorry. So for example, I've got this one set like a bell. So if we engage some wets, sling that bell one over to the left. Let's just stick in a loop, see what that sounds like. So I'm going to take I think I'm going to take a loop of the, hang on. Simple thing. I'm going to take that off, engage the other one, come, let's see what happens to stereo. Come up the middle, take off. Let's just take off that ring modulator on the reverb for a moment. So let's just turn that off and listen to those two loops. Yeah, that's a really nice atmosphere. Look, it's only taken us a couple of minutes to build that up. So let's turn those off. And what we're going to do now is experiment a little bit more with what we could do here before the amp. So I'm going to take off, we're going to leave all of that off as I have just done. So our reverb's relatively clean. Let's come back up the middle and make this stereo. So we've got a bit of ring modulation happening on the left there, on the right, sorry. So what I wanted to do now is have these amps go stereo left and right. Let's take that off for a minute. But I wanted to change this amp to something ridiculous. Let's go to Juggernaut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the tone out of it. So we just got bass and mids. I'm going to pull the level right back and I'm going to push the gain as far as I can. Let's put a ring modulator on. Let's go to the medium gain. Let's pull this amp down a little bit. So let's bring it up a little bit. Now what we could do, being we're in the digital realm, let's see if we can just change. What we're going to do is change this ring modulator to a slicer. Let's take that rate down. Let's change the pattern. Yeah, so we could even stick a slicer on that. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Okay, so let's stick that back there. Go back to, what do we have? Ring modulator, wasn't it? What I'm going to do with this one is add in, it was the high frequencies, wasn't it? There. Let's just take that first one off. Actually, let's take all the direct mix out so we can hear just what's happening. What I'm going to do is just pull that back a touch, bring the direct mix in. Intelligence on, just gonna see what it does. Let's bring this up. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the camera. Oh, give me a second. Oh, that's a pain in the bum. There we go, that'll do. So we've got a nice glitchy going on in the right. And a bit of after ring mods happening there on the left. does take us completely out of the mix there. Sounds good with a juggernaut on it. Oh, I shouldn't have changed that sliceless anyway. Let's put these wets back on without distortion. Is there anything happening there? No. Let's see if we can't tune this frequency. Take those wets off. Bring the rate right down. Now you can hear the reverberation changing. So when I go back towards 0, it speeds up. And there we are. I think we're in tune with the frequency here. Now let's change it. Yeah, so where's our loop? Hang on. Change those frequencies. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's go back to where we were. I just want to take that loop again. Oh, I can't remember where I was now. Oh, it was down, wasn't it? Put on some wet. Let's make it wetter. Let's do that, isn't it? Let's get actually quite a lot going on there, too much. But you know, we went out there to create as much, well, just pull things around and see what happens when we experiment and what we can do with our routings and stuff. It's really interesting. So here we are, just a clean guitar now. Get that. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Before we do, actually, oh no, let's not get into the synth. I'll catch you later. Hopefully that was, you could see what was going on, and yeah, it wasn't too long and too much of a shambles. I'll catch you later. Bye.